ASMR content. So you're gonna sit back, relax, and get ready with me. I'm gonna be doing my makeup, and I'm just gonna sit down and get real with you guys and just have a chat. So sit back, relax, and let's get ready for the video. Alright, so first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. I have curlers in my hair already. I'll take those out at the end, and I'm wearing a silk robe. I actually thrifted this silk robe, and I'm really happy with it. It's like faux silk, obviously. But the second thing is, I'm sure you can tell that I have a new camera. Look at that autofocus. So I will be trying extra hard to make my video and audio better for you simply, but it is a new camera, so I'm only gonna get better, so bear with me on that, okay? And plus, if you see me looking to the right, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. And if you see me looking extra right, I'm looking at my notes. So I've done a lot of preparation for you guys, so I'm kind of looking all around. I hope that doesn't bother you. The attention's still on you. I'm just trying to give you the best experience possible. Alright, so last thing I'd like to address is I live in Los Angeles. You can hear it's a windy day, you can hear the cars driving by, you might hear some people, and I've just decided that it's impossible to get a clean take, and I hope that you can just envision that as a city ambiance and potentially not a distraction. So bear with me, and I hope that it adds to the relaxing environment, because nothing in life is perfect. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about all during this video for you today, okay? So let's start off with hydrated skin. This is my favorite rose water right now. It is Rosebud. You can find this on Amazon. I will have it linked. Real rose water with no added fragrances or anything else. So we're just gonna start with a clean, hydrated base. Oh, there we go. It's always a gamble trying to spray and not get it on the camera, right? And get a peek at today's nails. We have obviously some press-ons that may not be correctly sized, but they're pink with flames for you guys, so I can do some tapping. Let's get into the first product. I will be using the Rare Beauty Shimmering Primer. It gives you a really nice glow. And alright, while I rub that in, let me talk about my first point. I have been overwhelmed with gratitude with all of the support that I've received from you guys. But I gained quite a bit of following in a short amount of time, and I was really excited about that until I realized that there's a lot of people that actually want to consume my content, that actually want to listen to my ASMR, that don't mind the cat in the background, that are like waiting for me to create something, waiting for me to like continue to entertain them or continue to help you relax. And all of a sudden I didn't feel like I was worthy, and all of a sudden I didn't feel like I deserved all of this. I didn't feel like I could keep up with it. And a lot of you may kind of relate to the feeling of imposter syndrome, particularly dealing with, okay, I'm here now, but I don't know if I belong here, I don't know if I fit in, I don't know if I deserve this. I felt that when I started my full-time job, and I definitely felt it when I got a lot of support. So I know that sounds backwards, and I feel a little bit of guilt regarding that, but I'm coming full slate clean regarding that right now. So that's what started a little bit of my self-image issues kind of revamping into a bigger issue, I'd say. I turned everything into a comparison game, so like even down to my hands, you know, I'm comparing my hands to other ASMR artists, like Josie P ASMR. She has lovely long natural nails and slender fingers, and I just loved watching her content, and I've always focused on, oh my gosh, her hands are so magical, and it's very enticing to watch, right? It's very aesthetically pleasing, and I have short stubby, you know, fingers traditionally for, you know, like I'm a pretty big ring size. I'm 8.5 ring size, so for context, like I have pretty big fingers for my size, and my nail beds have always been square and not really feminine, and I've just never felt like, why would I be worthy, you know, why would I give my hands so much attention, especially with ASMR? Like, why am I getting into ASMR when I don't even like my hands? Like, maybe we should start there. So it's every aspect. I started, the lid is stuck, the Age Rewind foundation, but I lost my train of thought. Back to the notes. Comparison game is always a losing game, but that doesn't mean that you don't hear yourself comparing yourself to others. Like, it's, the voice is there, and you can try and dismiss it as much as you can, but you know, the voice is there, the voice is there. Alright, I'm gonna hydrate my foundation. I like to do that when I want a really dewy, hydrated look. There we go. And I'm just gonna get a brush and go ahead and rub that in. Okay, so let's just do a little bit more coverage in the areas that I need. I like that this gives me light coverage, but still dewy. And I feel like it still levels my skin out enough. Okay, so I've been struggling with confidence, self-image, and when I'm supposed to be a beacon of positivity for you guys, when I'm telling you to love yourself, to forgive yourself, to be proud of yourself, it's really hard to say that and not practice what you preach. So it was kind of hard for me to be vulnerable, and really, because it comes down to creating ASMR is really vulnerable. I'm whispering, I'm up close to the camera, I'm showing you guys a lot. I'm talking about topics that may be a little bit more vulnerable for me, and that can be a little emotionally exhausting. And when I'm not even sure of myself, how am I supposed to sit back and be a positive beam of happiness and relaxation when I'm not even at peace internally? So that was a big piece of that. I knew that I was going to get really distracted while talking and doing my makeup, so it's probably not going to be the best makeup look. But no mind to that, no mind to that. So next up, let's do some contouring. And we'll talk about becoming that it girl. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen things circulating about becoming that it girl. You know, the girl that wakes up every day at 5 a.m., works out, does Pilates, drinks a green smoothie, has perfect skin, long hair, or whatever beauty standard she wants to confide to. And it's just perfect, right? She's got it all. She's the perfect student, maybe the perfect job, influencer, whatever it is. The it girl is this huge trend right now. And I got so obsessed with that because I feel like it's kind of masked by this idea of self-growth, which I think is really awesome and exciting. And I kind of use that as an excuse. too much time comparing, and I was really ultimately holding myself back, and I literally had lost track of myself. So I had to take a step back and really put the work in, put my head down, and do the self-reflecting, do the self-journaling, and meditating, and the steps that it needed to take. A lot of things were reorganizing my house because I just have this overarching anxiety that I have too many items because I had a really stressful move out here, and so I just felt like I had all of these things that were burdens on me, and I had to get some internal things done, like make my home a sanctuary, which I'm very happy with the way that I have things now, and to get my mental capacity back up. So I've been doing reading and about manifestation, about meditation, about financial literacy. I've just been doing the things that I need to do for myself, and I've been so happy. And part of that is hard because I'm so happy and I can't share that, but that's because I was doing a lot of work on myself. So what did that mean? That just meant that I had to take a step away. Okay, back to this. So, in becoming the it girl, I think the biggest theme there is perfection, right? You want every aspect of your life to be elevated to perfection, and you want it to look aesthetically pleasing, right? So I thought, I'm just gonna put all this time and energy into myself, and it's just gonna be aesthetic. I'm gonna be the it girl, and now that I have a little bit of a following, like I'm gonna be that girl, and it just consumed me. Like, perfectionism stops you in your tracks, and that's something that really led me to not being able to create any content because it wasn't perfect enough, or I didn't look perfect enough. And this kind of brings up an interesting point. On TikTok, there's a lot of people that have talked about the Madison Beer effect, where everybody loves Madison Beer, but why isn't she, I don't know, there seems like a lot of people have discussed there being a layer between her versus some of their other artists, and that being that in her music videos or just in her day-to-day life, she doesn't allow a bad angle, a bad side, or a bad take to be shown of herself. Everything has to be done perfectly. Take the perfect bite of food, post the perfect whatever. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't think the point is Madison Beer, but what I can confess is that I really struggle with that. I really struggle with controlling my image down to every little detail. Adding this golden brown, up really high. We're trying to get a lift. Okay, so let's get back to talking about perfectionism and why it's really not a good thing. Perfectionism can, everything's subjective, right? Nothing's black and white. Perfectionism can be good, if your heart surgeon, right? I please perfectly operate on my heart, right? But I'm talking on a real level. Perfectionism doesn't exist. It can't exist. And I thought that my life had to be perfect first, and I had to be perfect first before I could create content that meant something, or that I was worth something. And that's really backwards thinking, and what it ultimately did is it held me in my tracks, and I couldn't create any content for you guys. And you kept saying, when are you coming back? And it was every time, oh, it's this week, and I would film, and the perfectionism would simply destroy any content that I had, because I would just get in a loop of restarting and 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 restarting. You get the point. And it's just not sustainable to film like that. It's not sustainable film every time a car drives by or the wind blows and my cats make a sound, and maybe I don't look perfect, like it's not sustainable to continue to refilm. So I'm working on something I like to call the 80% effect, and I actually read about it in some of the books that I'm reading right now. And the key point about the 80% effect is, or 80% mindset, I'd better say, is that doing something 80% correct is better than never doing it in the hopes of doing it 100% correct. And once I heard that, I was like, oh, I've been needing to hear that. I hold myself to such a high standard that it gives me no standard at all, because I have nothing to create. I'm not putting anything out. And so there was all of these things in my life that had just been piling up that I just wanted to do perfectly, and that was holding me back a lot. And frankly, there's never gonna be a perfect time. There's never gonna be, perfection in the way that I wanted it. So the 80% effect has really allowed me to get to action, and I've been a lot happier. Like, if I need to do something in my life, I'm not 100% sure, like I'll just take the gamble. Like right now, I'm really hoping that my microphone and my camera are both recording at the same time, because I've recorded and left my mic unplugged several times. But I just had to get to it. Like, I'm not 100% sure. I can't take a week every day to like make sure the camera settings are perfect and the microphone is perfect and my content is perfect, and I'm not gonna make any mistakes, which I've made 100 mistakes, and there's background sounds, but you know what, at least I'm making content, and at least I'm doing my best. I'm giving you authenticity. I'm giving you myself and my reality. Life in Los Angeles, at the end of the day, I'm a friend. I'm a real person, and I hope that this authenticity is meaningful to you, and it's not just, lack of perfection. So let's go into the next topic. The kind of creator I want to be. I have 3 things written down. I have inspiring, consistent, and authentic. Oh my gosh, I love blush so much. It's so beautiful. Alright, getting a brow brush really quick. Brush these up. So, inspiring. I want to create a lot more content that's kind of more real, like this, chatting, whether or not you're asleep to this or not. I just want to make some content that's a little bit more wholesome, so I'm going to be sharing some life advice and tips, and I just want to be impactful in some way. I want to be consistent, because that's a promise that I made and I didn't upkeep because I held too high of standard for myself. So I want to make a promise of consistency to you guys, and I want to be authentic, which is the good, the bad, the ugly, hopefully not ugly, the good, the bad, the messy, the maybe not quite polished, but just authentic me and my content. So that's the kind of creator that I want to be. I want to basically just be a really reliable friend for you. I want to get to know you, and I want to get to know the types of things that help you out, the types of advice you'd like to hear. year, or the type of content you'd like to see me create. So, what kind of creator do you want me to be? How can I best create content to serve you? And what kind of things would you like to see me do? I love makeup. I love climbing. I'm an engineer. I have cats. I have an apartment. I'm in Los Angeles. The opportunities are endless, so feel free to comment. I'm very curious if there's any ASMR niches that you would like me to focus on or hit. And I really want to take what you guys have to say to heart. So, with that being said, let's take a quick water break. If you're still up, make sure to take a little bit of a water break as well, if you have some next to you. I always like to say hydrate or dehydrate. Oh my gosh. Water is so refreshing. Perfectionism, right? Water is so refreshing, especially after you've been doing ASMR for so long. Anyways, okay. Back to Alright, let's go in with this NYX tiny little pencil. And I'm gonna look down in the mirror and just line. I'm just kind of freestyling my makeup today because I'm mostly distracted by talking to you all. Okay, so now let's talk about how I pulled myself out of this rut, what I'm still doing about it, and some takeaways. Let's start with the fact that I'm chasing my dreams, and being an ASMR artist is a huge dream of mine. I've always loved the ASMR community. It's helped me so much, and I truly feel a calling to give back and really just create a happy, safe environment for all of you to relax and have some company. So, a big thing for me this year is chasing my dreams fiercely, and even if that means being vulnerable, because every time I post a video, I'm being vulnerable. It's uncomfortable. I'm pushing myself out of my boundaries. But to me, chasing my dreams fiercely is more important than being uncomfortable. Alright, so let's put some chapstick on. One thing you'll quickly learn about me is I'm a chapstick addict, particularly for this brand of chapstick. So pores, alright? Let's just start with a clean base, and I'm sure you guys can tell that I have lash extensions on right now. These are not my real lashes, of course, and they give me a lot of confidence, and I think they just make my life a lot easier. So alright, now let's go in with a little bit of, you know what, I'll use the same brush, and let's do probably this pink here, and just add that right there. If I'm looking down, it's at the mirror. Okay, I'm not 100% sure which one. That was this one. There we go. Alright, just soften that up a little with a lighter pink. I'm just kind of freestyling this right now, so don't mind me. I can do some brushing for you as well. Okay. Really quick, I'm actually going to set my under eyes with some powder and honestly, it's just a dry beauty blender because I'm too lazy to get it wet. There we go. Photo finish. Now, back to that eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with a smaller pointed brush, and I'm going to go into a darker burnt color. I call it burnt. It's called Volume Up. I'm just going to add that right there. Alright, pull that up to make a little bit of a wing. Alright. Now, something that I have that I can change the colors. Just swish it around. And get a clean brush for a clean color. So I'm going to darken it up just a little with a darker red. It is a particularly windy day. You can hear all of my lights on my patio kind of clinging around. Alright, just buffing that out. And I've been feeling like a little bit of a glittery mood lately. And let's see. Are there any glitters that you fancy? Personally, I think I like some of the pink shimmery ones. You can get a nice look at. Lovely sparkles. Let's do Eyes Wide Strut. What a cute name. Alright. Y'all know the drill with glitter. setting spray. There we go. Spray that on the brush. Get it in the eyeshadow. You're not supposed to tug on your eyes, but sometimes I do. And I'll just add that on. Oh, this one is a finer shadow or a finer glitter. So it's showing up nice and faint, but I think that's really pretty. Sometimes it needs an extra spray. Let's add that in. Oh, that's really pretty. What are your thoughts? If you wear makeup, what are your thoughts on glitter? I love glitter, but sometimes when you have like fake eyelashes, it really gets stuck in them for a while. Alright, just blending this out. Again, I like to soften the edges. And then let's deepen it up a little more. I'm just gonna pack it in. Oh, that's really pretty, and I'll just blend it out with a nice light pink. I'm just going full freestyle sand here. That's another thing. I used to have to like plan really intense makeup looks, but you know, I'm not a makeup artist. Sometimes you can just have fun with it, right? Okay. Alrighty, let's get. I'll just use the same one I used for my eyebrows. Give it a clean. And let's just go under the eye with a nice pink. I'm doing a medium pink. Medium. I love that description. I'm sure that didn't resonate with any of you, but there we go. Sometimes I fear that adding pink makes it look like pink eye. Tell me it doesn't, please. And let's just add a little bite clear in here. There we go. And let's zoom you guys back out. Yes, I'm just gonna be putting on some mascara on my bottom lashes. This one's fun. I like the pink. It's kind of going with the robe and whatnot. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make a crazy face. Everybody, newsflash, makes crazy faces when they put on mascara. So be it. This is what I deserve. I also deserve that. This is practice in letting shit go. I think the hack is to just let it dry. You can come back to it. I did that way too big. I don't know. I don't think it's it, Chief. So, we're gonna back down before it's too late, okay? I just put this right on back and we're gonna pretend that. Let's line the lips, then we can take the hair down and see where we stand, alright? So I do overline just a little, and trust, it makes a big difference. It makes it look like lip fillers. There we go, that wasn't hopefully a gross overline. See how it already makes a really big difference when I line this part of my lip? That's a hack I've discovered. And we'll go in with Rare Beauty. I love Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty. Don't mind that it's a little dirty. I use it genuinely a lot. It's a nice natural color. I mean, that's really beautiful to me. I hope that you like it. Alright, let's just go ahead. I am a sucker for lip gloss. Lip gloss, lip gloss, lip gloss, lip gloss, lip gloss, lip gloss, lip gloss. Let's go ahead and add some, you know it, pink lip gloss. I'm not gonna front. I've had this since high school, but I still use it. I believe I put a hair on my lips. There we go. Alright, lastly, I'll clean up a little. Just around the corners. That looks better. And let's give it a final setting spray. This is the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray. And let's go ahead and spray. Makeup is not going anywhere now. negative. Like, I see my reaction, I see my reflection, and my immediate reaction is disgust. Like, I analyze that because just because you think something doesn't make it true. And I feel like a big part of my growth has been accepting thoughts. You can simply observe them, dismiss them, but they need to be heard, especially the ones that kind of yell at you. Like, you look at your face and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to look away. Or you see a photo of yourself from an angle that you don't consider flattering, and your jerk reaction is like, I don't want to eat anymore, or I need to eat way more, or I need to work out, or I need to wear way different clothes, or I'm not happy with myself, I'm disgusted, or, you know, those types of things. Simply observe that thought and ask yourself where it might be coming from. And for me, it was coming from largely social media. I found it really hard to be on social media and not compare myself. And I just decided to, instead of taking these thoughts as truths, like, I am uglier than the people I see. I'm not special, or, you know, I'm not good enough. And instead of taking these thoughts as face value and letting them ruin my mood and ruin my day, I simply hear them out and I say, wow, that was a strong reaction I just had. You know, I feel these really strong reactions. I just felt that. Why was that so strong? Why do I feel this way? Like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, I'm like saying I'm gonna starve myself just because I looked a little, you know, like a normal human when a human bends over, things like that. The hair is starting to look crazy, but I'm finding it harder and harder to talk about. Alright, let's keep on going, keep on chugging along. Some of these curlers are getting stuck now. I hope this comes out good when I brush it out. Okay, I think that's all the curlers, so now let's brush things out. And we do have a brush. Wow, that certainly is a lot of volume. What are your thoughts? So, let's get all of the hair situated. I love when hair does that little separation. Okay. Let's add some hair oil. We've got Olaplex bonding oil, and I like to use this in my hair because it's kind of frizzy, and I'm trying to really heal my hair right now.